Complete the electric circuit consisting of a cell, an ammeter, a nichrome wire of length L and a plug key. Now plug the key, note the current in ammeter, replace the nichrome wire by other nichrome wire of same thickness but twice the length. Means length this time is 2L. मतलब अगर पहले हमने 1 मीटर का वायर लिया है नाइक्रोम का तो इस बार हम लेंगे 2 मीटर का. Now again note the ammeter reading. Now replace the wire by a thicker nichrome wire of the same length L. अब फिर से हम सेम लेंथ का नाइक्रोम वायर लेंगे. A thicker wire has a larger cross sectional area. Again note down the current through the circuit. And this time instead of taking a nichrome wire, connect a copper wire. Let the wire be of the same length and same area of cross section as that of the first nichrome wire. तो फर्स्ट टाइम हमने जो नाइक्रोम वायर लिया था उतनी ही लेंथ का, उतने ही साइज का हम इस बार लेंगे कॉपर वायर. Note the value of the current again. So what is the observation? The ammeter reading decreases to 1/2 when the length of the wire is doubled. अरे ये तो उल्टा हो गया, हमने तो कुछ और ही सोचा हुआ था. The ammeter reading is increased when a thicker wire of the same material and of the same length is used in the circuit. A change in ammeter reading is observed when a wire of different material of the same length and the same area of cross section is used. यानी जब कॉपर वायर हमने यूज किया नाइक्रोम वायर की जगह, तब एमीटर की जो रीडिंग है उसमें चेंज आया. और जब वायर की लेंथ को डबल कर दिया गया था तब एमीटर की रीडिंग डिक्रीज हुई, यानी कि करंट फ्लो डिक्रीज हुआ. लेकिन जब वायर थिकर लिया गया यानी क्रॉस सेक्शन जब वायर का बढ़ गया तब एमीटर की रीडिंग इंक्रीज हुई, यानी कि करंट फ्लो भी इंक्रीज हुआ. तो अब यहां काम आता है हमारा ओम्स लॉ. ऑन अप्लाइंग Ohm's law, we observe that the resistance of the conductor depends on its length, on its area of cross section and on the nature of its material. तो रेजिस्टेंस किस पे डिपेंड करता है? एक तो कंडक्टर की लेंथ क्या है, कंडक्टर का क्रॉस सेक्शन एरिया कितना है, और कंडक्टर जिस मटेरियल से बना है उस मटेरियल का नेचर क्या है. अगर हम कंडक्टर एक वुडन मटेरियल ले लेंगे तो रेजिस्टेंस उसमें भर भर के होगा, इतना भर भर के कि इलेक्ट्रिसिटी के लिए कोई जगह ही नहीं होगी. Precise measurements have shown that resistance of a uniform metallic conductor is directly proportional to its length and inversely proportional to the area of cross section A. That is, R is directly proportional to L and R is directly proportional to L upon A. Combining these two equations, we get R is directly proportional to L upon A. So R is equal to rho L upon A. Now what is rho? Rho is a constant of proportionality and is called the electrical resistivity of the material of the conductor. The SI unit of resistivity is ohm meter. It is a characteristic property of the material. The metals and alloys have very low resistivity in the range of 10 raised to power minus 8 ohm meter to 10 raised to power minus 6 ohm meter. They are good conductors of electricity. Insulators like rubber and glass have resistivity of the order of 10 raised to power 12 to 10 raised to power 17 ohm meter. Both the resistance and resistivity of a material vary with temperature. For example, if we talk about conductors like silver, copper, aluminium, tungsten, nickel, iron, chromium, mercury, manganese, the resistivity of these kind of conductors are like given. If we talk about alloys like constantan, manganese, nichrome are also given. Resistivity of insulators like glass, hard rubber, ebonite, diamond, dry paper are like this. Now some examples are there, those are related to Ohm's law. Let's see them. First example is how much current will an electric bulb draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the bulb filament is 1200 ohm. How much current will an electric heater coil draw from a 220 volt source if the resistance of the heater coil is 100 ohm? So we have been given V and R value and we have to find out the current means I. And we already know I is equal to V upon R. So 220 volt upon 1200 ohm is equal to 0.18 ampere. In the next one question, we have been given V and R and again we have to find out the current, that is 220 volt upon 100 ohm is equal to 2.2 ampere. Note the difference of current drawn by an electric bulb and electric heater from the same 220 volt source. Next example is the potential difference between the terminals of an electric heater is 60 volt when it draws a current of 4 ampere from the source. What current will the heater draw if the potential difference is increased to 120 volt? So potential difference दिया हुआ है और current दिया हुआ है. According to Ohm's law, R is equal to V upon I. So 60 volt upon 4 ampere. So R is 15 ohm. When the potential difference is increased to 120 volt, the current is given by V upon R. Means I is equal to V upon R. So 120 volt upon 15 ohm, it's equal to 8 ampere. The current through the heater becomes 8 ampere. Next example is resistance of a metal wire of length 1 meter is 26 ohm at 20 degrees Celsius. If the diameter of the wire is 0.3 mm, what will be the resistivity of the metal at that temperature? We are given the resistance R of the wire 26 ohm. The diameter D is 0.3 mm, that is 3 into 10 raised to power minus 4 meter, and the length L of the wire is 1 meter. Therefore, the resistivity of the given metallic wire is rho is equal to Ra upon L and A is pi d square. So R into pi d square upon 4L. Substitution of values in this gives rho is equal to 1.84 into 10 raised to power minus 6 ohm meter. And this is the resistivity of manganese. The resistivity of the manganese at 20 degrees Celsius is 1.84 into 10 raised to power minus 6 ohm meter. Next example is a wire of given material having length L and area of cross section A has a resistance of 4 ohm. What would be the resistance of another wire of the same material having length L upon 2 and area of cross section 2 ampere? For first wire, R1 is equal to rho L upon A is equal to 4 ohm. Now for second wire, R2 is equal to rho L upon 2 ampere. It's equal to 1 upon 4 rho L upon A. R2 is equal to 1 upon 4 R1. R2 is equal to 1 ohm. The resistance of the new wire is 1 ohm.